Paul, 1-0 defeat to Walsall here at Stadium MK. What do you make of the game?
I think my opinion is probably the same as everyone who was in the stadium. I thought first half we were poor. We weren't really at the races. I don't think we started well. They started excellently, and we didn't respond to that really. I didn't think we had much control in the first half. Although I think Craig only made one save at the time. It felt after about 20 minutes. I think we haven't started the game well, and then we grew into it a little bit, and then at half time we. Try to change a little bit, get our wide players to stay a lot higher and wider. And then, apart from conceding that chance, I really liked it. I know it's not a brilliant thing to say when you've lost a game, but I really liked how we played. We put loads of crosses in. I didn't like the fact we couldn't finish any of them, and it sort of felt like one of them days that we could be out there forever. We just wouldn't score. So disappointed with the first half. Loved the second half, but. Sometimes it's easier to play when you're behind, but we need to play fearlessly like that, from the outset. I just felt like we never put the ball under any risk first half, which is something we're going to have to address and speak to the lads and encourage them. Mistakes are fine if you're trying to do the right thing. So we'll have a good week this week to build up for Grimsby. But yeah, so disappointed. I thought we'd done enough to at least get a point, but sometimes you don't.
You alluded to it one of those afternoons. I think we had 16 shots, 6 of which were on target, but none of them seemed to go in.
Yeah, and weirdly, our best chances didn't hit the target, which sounds a bit surreal. But, another day, another game. But, we don't want to... I don't presume under any circumstances that we're going to have a season where we don't have defeats or don't have bad performances. So if we've lost to one of the, teams in the top 6 playing the way we did second half... when I know we can be better, it's not the worst, but I also feel like by losing a game, it sort of focuses everyone's mind a little bit, which I quite like. So that means a good week on the training ground this week, and we can build for another tough game next week.
It's your 10th game with us in the league. First time you've lost. I'm sure you'd have taken that when you first came through the door.
Yeah, I would have. I mean, if you'd have told me that like in the 85th minute in my ear, that might have helped my blood pressure some. But look, no one's in it to lose. Obviously, fans don't want to see the team lose. Players don't want to lose. Coaches don't want to lose. You just want to win every single thing you're in. And like I said, the intensity second half was a team that wanted to win. And if they play like that, more often than not, they'll win a lot of football matches. But it's still disappointing to lose. It will still be a weekend record for me. But then, the nice thing about football, you have next week. So I'll boo-hoo about it for the next 10 minutes. I think, right, I deserve to have a life. I'll go home, see my dog, see my kids, and then start to reassess again and work on the window before it shuts.
A frustrating one, isn't it, when it's a deflected goal like that? Craig's been fantastic all season, but not much he could do to stop making...
No, I mean, it's disappointing we didn't finish with something that we're really good at finishing our attacks off, and we didn't, and they broke, and then we got punished. And, there's no nice way to concede a goal, obviously, but... Apart from a safe first half, I don't think Craig had a lot to do. We didn't get cut open. I thought we defended pretty well against a really lively front two. So there's a lot of good things, but fundamentally it's results, and you judge by results. So if it had been a game today where we lost 1-0, we never had the ball, never created anything, they just kept cutting us open all the time, I'd think we've got massive problems. It wasn't that sort of game. I thought second half we were excellent and we competed a lot better. But this league is going to be tough. There are different ways to win different games, and today, unfortunately, we went a goal behind, and our finishing wasn't good enough to get us any points.
An MK Dons debut for John Mellish, and the first minutes this season for Dan Crowley as well. How do you think they got on today?
Yeah, John had a bit of a nervy start, if I'm honest, but then it was a nervy performance, so I wouldn't have wanted to have a debut in the first 20 minutes. And then into that, he grew into it. He hasn't had a lot of minutes, so... I thought second half he was much better, put loads of great crosses in, and that's why we brought him to the club. So I thought he was good second half. But then I could say that about all the players, whether it was a debut or not. It was like literally chalk and cheese. Dan came on, had some good touches, tried to help us, and I thought, on another day he could have scored 2. But he's obviously a little bit ring rusty, but we'll get some minutes into him, and it's good competition for places, and that's what you want. So you want the subs to go on and do well. And it makes it more difficult for when you pick the team next week.
And just lastly from me, Paul, an opportunity next week at home again to bounce back and put it right in front of the crowd at Stadium MK.
Yeah, always. Like home games, I thought the crowd stayed with the team no end today and kept cheering them on, and I was hoping they were going to suck one in for us behind the goal. Would have been nice. And we'll build again against a really good team. I mean, I don't know if anyone knows, but Grimsby beat Man United last week, so I know it's going to be a tough game. I know Dave's teams really well. They're quick and they're physical, and not in a bad way, in a good way. So they'll be a difficult team to play against, and we have to up our levels for successful 3 points next week.
Thank you very much, Paul.
Thanks.
Is there anything you can put that first 20, 25 minutes down to? Or is it tiredness? I mean, it's still early in the season, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's always hard. You always pick at your own team, don't you? You're always what did we do wrong? But sometimes maybe the opposition just started a lot stronger, and it started from our centre. Our centre didn't work the way we wanted it to work, and then we literally didn't go in their half for 5 minutes. They pinned us back. They had a real energy with their three in the midfield, kept pressing our fullbacks, and we couldn't really get out. I thought we did everything right. We done the same processes behind, but we're going to have teams that come here and sit behind the ball. We're going to have teams that come here and come at us, and they came at us, and it just wobbled us a bit. That's the honest truth, I thought, for the first 15 minutes. But then after that, I thought we rode out the first half pretty well. It was just set pieces and save from Craig, and then second half I thought we were dominant. But we can't afford to waste a game or waste 45 minutes, and I'll say that a lot during the course of the season. And we are going to lose games, unfortunately, and there's a way to lose. And I thought today it wasn't a way to lose, but I thought our second half, it was all us. We could have had 3 or 4 goals handsome, but wasn't to be. So the lads get my respect for that, but they've obviously lost some for the first half, which we all, that's on all of us. And I have to look at myself and build them back up so we start a lot better next week.
We've mentioned it with the first goals that have gone in. You see how your side reacts when they go a goal behind. Now we see next week how your side reacts to losing again.
Yeah, I mean, there's no one in the history of professional football who hasn't lost a game. So they'll feel a bit wounded tonight, and but then they'll come in Monday and we'll put them down and pick them up in equal measure, and then build again. And we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna lose games. I'm just disappointed that the way we played second half wasn't mirrored with first half. So I'm 50% disappointed. If we played like that first half and second half, and we had a real purpose about us, and we got beat by a deflected goal, that happens. But it was the first half performance that I'm embarrassed about. Really, I think we should be significantly better than that.
Is that still a case of you trying to piece together the team, trying to get them all on the same page, and I suppose singing from the Paul Warne hymn
sheet? Yeah, it's a great hymn sheet. Yeah, maybe, or just sometimes maybe 3 or 4 of your players aren't right at it. As we well know, they're not robots. Sometimes, all the players aren't in the best form all the time. So maybe we just had a few off it. But I'd still say the same thing. They were right on it. They looked a well-drilled team. They've been together a bit. They've strengthened a bit this summer again. They're well coached. They were motivated to come here and cause a problem, and they did. I have to respect that, and we have to get used to the fact that we're a scalp in the same way now that we have to go and do the same to them when we go to their gaff.
50 hours or so till the window shuts. You'll be glad that we're not asking you these questions anymore. What are you expecting over the next 48 hours, you think?
Well, I expect us to be linked to virtually any player that's got 2 legs. That sort of seems to be the thing. I expect to get 1 or 2 in, as every manager will say, up and down the country, and possibly lose 1 or 2. So that's sort of how I see it. And if we didn't do any more business, I know that I've got more than enough in the dressing room to be competitive and have a right go. But with everybody, you just want to keep improving. So today is a proving point that we can't sit on our laurels. We haven't got everything sussed yet collectively. So if we can improve, we will try to.
What are you like on a deadline day? Are you scurrying around? Are you on the phone all the time, or you got one of these managers who likes to put the feet up and sort of let people come to you?
Well, a little bit of both, really. I think I've had how many windows have I had now? 16 windows or something. So I've had it where I know business is done. Like at 2 o'clock on Monday, it could be done for me. I'm not one of them who orders pizza and drives 8 at the training ground, at whatever time it is. Or something shut 5.
7, I think.
7, okay. That's a bit more sociable. It's normally 11, and everything happens from 10 o'clock onwards. So it is. I mean, I would love to see a documentary on it because it is absolute chaos. So this window seems to have gone on forever. Like started in May and it's now virtually September, isn't it? So, however, all the fun is in the last 24 hours, 48 hours. So I will definitely get offered players that I would have took in a heartbeat. And hopefully I can take in a heartbeat as well, obviously. But in the last 24 hours, I will be on my phone virtually the whole time. There will be constant curveballs. There will be, this player's become available. Do you want him? Be no cost. We just need to get him out of the building because a lot of squads seem to this year, especially in the champ, seem to be really heavy on numbers, and you can't register all of them. So I do think there'll be a lot of movement, and I do think there'll be a lot of right, quick, get him up. Let's have a look. And I don't like signing players on gambles. Like, I need to do the proper check on them. However, if it's a player you've worked with before, that helps no end. That helps the process. So if there's any of them out there listening, then that'd be perfect.
No, 100%. I mean, I think we're all pretty glad that it's not going to run on until 11 o'clock at night and, we end up writing until 2 o'clock in the morning or whatever. But you mentioned on Thursday when you spoke to us, you might have players come knock on your door and say, maybe I want to move out. Anyone come and knocked on your door?
Only one who feels like he's not going to get into the team, but I respect, and I'll help him in any way to get him out. Whether that's going to happen or not, I don't know. I don't have all the answers, but only one so far. After today, now we've lost. There'll probably be 23 of them, so we'll have to start from scratch. But no, only one. And I haven't had any calls off any agents either. Like, I think it's a great club to be at, obviously. We're trying to, turn the boat round to having a winning mentality. And I think all the lads we've got here really bought into it. But I also understand, 2 or 3 might think, like, I'm just not going to play. Even more so if I bring, 2 or 3 new ones in. So, I might get a call off a player tonight or tomorrow. And if that is the case, then, I'll do my best to help them to leave.
And finally, Nathaniel getting called up to the Guatemala squad. I mean, obviously you've witnessed him go away on international duty before, but it's a big deal to go and play for your country, isn't it?
Yeah, mate, he's really proud of that. I know how much it means to him. So obviously he goes to my blessing. I just want him to come back healthy. He used to send me videos of his training pictures and things like that, which would give me heart attacks. So I've asked him not to send me any videos this time.
Did they look like Woofton?
Yeah, they didn't look nowhere near as good as Woofton, so which is a concern. So yes, hopefully he'll come back healthy. I thought like his second half performance today was electric, and him and Rush cause all sorts of problems. So we just need them back healthy. Like obviously Rush has tweaked his groin, so we'll have to see how he is Monday. But we're a better team with our wide players being as dynamic as they were second half.
Nice one, thanks, Paul.
Always.
Was there a sequence where Callum missed just before the goal, kind of some of the day to a degree, where it's just the little things just didn't go in your favour?
Probably. Yeah, you're probably right. Like we, Gilbs tried to play a pass that got intercepted, and then we tried to close down the shot. And in fairness to the lad, I say to my team all the time, sometimes you've got to shoot through bodies. Sometimes you just, sometimes you get your lady luck. That might have gone out for a corner. They might have scored from the corner. But it went in the bottom corner, and I thought both keepers were excellent today when they were called upon. So, yeah, it probably sums us up a bit today that, we didn't get the luck that you need to win football games. And you're right, it probably summed it up. We weren't as clean as we should be at the top of the pitch, and we were a little bit unlucky at the back of the pitch. But after that, for the next 40 minutes, I was really pleased with what the lads tried to do.